was basically a journeyman carpenter when I was 12.
Yeah.
So yeah, they'd be like, oh, I don't know, I'll give you $2 to adjust all the doors. I'm like, deal, done.
Right.
Now, would you take $2 today to go through a kitchen and adjust all the doors?
Probably not, but it is a pretty satisfying job. I do kind of enjoy it.
That's one of those things you go over to one of your buddy's houses and like you see the cabinets and you're like,
I know.
My God. It
But
takes
actually
everything in me not to adjust these.
So there's one in my house right now that is messed up, and I've been meaning to do it for like a week now, and it bothers me every day looking at it.
My parents have got one that's like a Lazy Susan door, but it's like this like tri-fold door that like comes out.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Those ones are extra. Yeah, you're right. There's like, what do you have? 4 different adjustment. Well, 4 adjustment points, each one with 2 adjustments, or maybe 3 adjustments depending on the hinge.
Yeah.
Because it's essentially a cabinet door hanging on the end of another cabinet door.
So it puts a lot of torque on it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they'll sag over time. So you have to like come back once a year. Right now it drives me nuts. I have this cheap IKEA like storage unit. And I was like looking at all the doors, and I was trying to figure out why the adjustment, like there's 3 sets of doors, and I couldn't get them perfectly parallel. And I was staring at it, trying to figure out, I was like, well, if it's a square, if you push this one up, then it should bring it closer to that one. And I realized because it's a cheap IKEA piece of crap, it's bowed along the outside. So that was throwing out the adjustment of the doors and stuff like that. It's a nightmare.
Golly, what a nightmare.
Those IKEA drawers.
Yeah, screw IKEA. Love IKEA though.
I mean, it's
you love them, you hate them.
Yeah,
that's true.
I needed a cheap set of cabinets.
Yeah,
the annoying thing is you had to spend so much more money to get something that's better than IKEA if you're not willing to make it yourself. Obviously,
significant. It's not like okay.
Well, even when you make it yourself, you're still spending significantly more money.
True. But there are tons of companies out there that will masquerade as high quality, and they'll gladly charge you 2 to 3 times as much as IKEA, but build things at the exact same quality level as IKEA. They just have better marketing, and it's infuriating. I hate it.
Like let's say, I don't know, I'm making this up. A couple cabinets is $250 from IKEA, right? You're saying there isn't an option that's a little bit better, that's a couple cabinets for like $275, $300.
Yeah.
You're going to get your next step up as a couple cabinets for $900.
Yes. And they might not even be that much better.
No,
I think you have to get it. You spend $1,500 before you get something that's like decent quality.
That's marketably different.
Yeah. I still have this idea to do like IKEA hack video. I think with some like 3D printed brackets and some glue during assembly, I think you could make IKEA, 50% more rigid than what you get when you just assemble it normally. You know what I mean?
Oh, I usually, like whenever they have the dowels,
yeah,
I always glue those in.
Like something simple like that, I think would take a lot of play out of it.
Because they used to include glue, and now they don't anymore. Like they used to include like a little like thing of glue in some of them that you would put in the dowel holes.
Yeah, it was
just like cheap white glue.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't even that great, and it was literally just enough that you could put like a drop on each end and put them in, and then you'd get to the end and you'd do the last one, and you'd be like the toothpaste. You're like squeezing up that last little bit. I guess it was better than nothing.
Yeah,
I've heard some people on like a kind of a cheap budget, like maybe they're flipping a house or just kind of be like, oh, this kitchen's so bad. I need to get something better, but I don't want to spend $50,000 to $75,000 on new kitchen cabinets and stuff.
Yeah,
I've heard people really like some of the IKEA stuff.
Some of it's honestly not bad for the price, and I think if you were screwing it to a wall, that helps add a lot of rigidity to it. And, you put a decent countertop on it, like that adds some strength to it.
Yeah, if you lock it in place.
Yeah.
In between, like, the foundation of your house. Works great.
Lag bolted into the foundation.
That's right. Yeah. I had a client one time that wanted to build out, they had, like, this plan. Like, you can go on IKEA's website and you can build out a room or whatever with their furniture.
Yeah.
And they had it built out, and then they wanted me to come in and assemble everything and put it together for them the way they had it laid out. And I was like, that's no problem. So they asked for a quote and everything, and I gave them a quote. They were basically paying for my time because they wanted me to go pick it up as well because they didn't want to pay the IKEA delivery cost. I know. And so I gave them my quote and everything, and they were like, that's what you're going to charge for this? They were like, that costs more than the stuff. I'm like, yeah, you're asking for my time, not,
right.
Not
particle board.
Right? So I was like, really? They're not that hard to put together. You can do it in an afternoon.
I once did 4 kitchens, all from IKEA, and I was building this building that was 4 apartments on top of 2 storefronts.
Okay.
And so we got 4 IKEA kitchens delivered to the back of the building, all just mixed together.
Oh.
And I spent like a good solid week sorting through it all, like assembling one kitchen and being like, oh, okay, I'm missing a door panel. Like, go check the 3 other kitchens and see if it got like misallocated there.
Which one has the Goofenpfeifer?
Exactly. And they were all kind of in the same line, but there was like, this kitchen had glass doors, whereas this one had just solid doors. It was such a pain in the ass.
So, like, I know it's totally dependent on the size of the kitchen, everything like that. Your standard kind of everyday kitchen has what? Usually like 15 or so cabinets, roughly. Mm-hmm. How much do you think an IKEA kitchen costs you? We're not talking countertops, just cabinets, doors, drawers.
Yeah.
10 grand?
Probably.
Maybe.
I think like $1,000 a box is, kind of not a bad bench. Somewhere between $750 and $1,000 a box. Okay. Once you, fill it, put a door on it, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, because they charge you because they just charge you for the box, and then you got to pay for the shelf, and then you got to pay for the door, and you got to pay for the hinges. Like, it's all like they nickel and dime it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they use Bloom hinges.
Sometimes, yeah. I don't know. They're not always the most clear about stuff like that. I think they have their own soft close hinges now.
Okay.
They're kind of like a Bloom knockoff, I think.
Yeah.
A lot cheaper looking and feeling too. Like they feel very thin.
Yeah.
Thin gauge.
And so, Zach, like you said, you've installed these in kitchens and stuff like that. Are you like, they're not bad? So let's say you're like, I'm going to live in this house for 25 years. Would you be like, maybe not what I would spend the money on? But if you're like, I might be here for like 4, and then we're going to upgrade to a different house, and we're just trying to give basically the place a facelift, would you be like,
absolutely,
that's a good move?
And it's like, if you move in somewhere, it's like, I don't have $50,000 for a kitchen. But what's here is also utterly atrocious.
Yeah.
It's like, I'd install an IKEA kitchen and get like 5 to 10 years out of it. Maybe upgrade it while I'm doing a little bit better later in life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were considering it because, like, we're not going to be here for an eternity. It's our first home, you know what I mean? I was like, I don't know, maybe we look into an IKEA.
And again, a lot of it comes down to the install. Like, if you are, if you're thorough, if you don't cut corners and, add a little reinforcement here and there, they're pretty decent.
Lock it in. You can make your own face frames and you wouldn't even know.
You're going to have to spend $30,000-$40,000 before, probably even more than that, honestly, before you're going to get anybody who's making cabinets out of plywood. It's all going to be pressed particle board.
And truly, like, if it's screwed into the wall, if it's screwed into the studs, your cabinet itself isn't moving all that much.
No.
Your doors are what are going to take a beating.
Yeah. But the nice thing about IKEA is, all right, door gets beat up 5 years later, just go buy another one.
Right. And it'll be the same size, just slap it back on there.
Or at least the hinge points are going to be in the same location.